Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Buccaneers Daily. My name is Jackson. I post daily Bucs content, so hit that like button, hit that sub button if you guys enjoy it. Let's try and hit 200 likes. We're going above and beyond 200 likes for the Buccaneers victory today against the Atlanta Falcons. I personally think this game was almost perfect up until that fourth quarter. We'll discuss it all. Trying to get to 3,000 subs, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and you enjoy this video. So the Buccaneers 21-15 against the Atlanta Falcons. Now honestly, I feel like at every point in this football game the Buccaneers dominated every facet. All the way until the fourth quarter, the Buccaneers had a couple back-to-back 3-and-outs, and the Falcons were just staying on the field, man. You know, the Buccaneers kind of dominated possession up until the fourth quarter, and they weren't able to get things going in the offense. I need them to run the ball more, dude. I need them to run the ball. It wasn't crazy effective today, but it was effective. Fournette with 14 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown is 4 yards per carry. Rachaad White, only 5 rushes for 14 yards, less than 3 rushes per carry. But you were never losing at any point in this game. Tom Brady threw the ball 52 times, which I have no issues with. It's just the Atlanta Falcons. You know, they're a couple years away. They're definitely improving. Honestly, definitely season by season, but honestly, even probably week by week, they're missing some pieces on offense. I just feel like they should have scored way more than 21 tonight. They should have scored way more than 21. That Mike Evans play, that was a touchdown, 100%. But let's look at the positives, right? First off, the passing game is back. Now that Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, they're back for good. Chris Godwin returning from injury. He's healthy. Tom Brady threw for a touchdown, 0 picks, 35 of 52, 351 yards. So that's back-to-back weeks now where Tom Brady has looked really, really sharp behind just passing the ball. Now, you're behind the offensive line, where the offensive line had a lot of question marks coming into this season. Today, they did a perfect job. No sacks given up. Tom Brady did get hit. He did get knocked down, maybe a time too many. But for the most part, it was holding up. It was definitely holding up. So I'd like to see more than just 14 rushes to Fournette because he was feasting. However, he was actively involved in the passing game. One thing that I've really liked, it's just, OG Tom Brady. Checkdowns, short gains, and then once you kind of catch the defense lacking, you throw that deep ball. The deep ball still hasn't really hit all season. Mike Evans, that was a medium to deep ball. A couple times to Scotty Miller where there was some pass interference on some of them, but just couldn't connect on the long ball. Haven't really seen too much of that happen this season, but this is a good sign. 351 passing yards, that's a good sign. Now, the defense put up a bunch of pressure, and that was another kind of, not question mark, but that was something all of us wanted to see more, was just more pressures. Everybody out there was hitting the quarterback. Shaq Barrett got a quarterback hit. Devin White had 2 quarterback hits. Winfield had a sack. Logan All had a sack. Vita Vea had a sack. Shoyinka had a sack. 2 quarterback hits. Like, they were attacking Mariota, and really the only thing for Marcus and the Atlanta Falcons offense that was working was the run game. The run game was very much working for them. At the end of the day, they carried it 31 times for 151 yards, about 5 yards per rush and a touchdown. But I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that in the fourth quarter, you had the Bucs offense just extremely stagnant. They weren't rushing the ball. They were not able to get first downs for a couple straight possessions, and Atlanta just kept running it right up the gut. So your defense is going to be gassed, especially playing in Southwest Florida and Tampa Bay. The defense was tired. But for the most part, all game, especially in the first half, Buccaneers were up 13-0 at the end of the first half. They were dominating Mariota. They were dominating him. They were sacking him left and right. The run game wasn't working too much for Atlanta. And then really all the way up until the fourth, just because, in my opinion, of a stagnant offense, the defense was on. They were out on the field for too long. They were out on the field for what felt like all of the fourth quarter. And eventually, you're going to give up some big plays. And they just kept gushing it right up there. But I will take a 15-21 win against a divisional rival. I know the Buccaneers sitting at 3-2. It's not where we want them to be. It's not where anyone wants them to be. But you're in a weaker conference right now. weaker division with Atlanta. Carolina still trying to figure their stuff out. New Orleans has gotten off to a brutal start to the season. I don't even know, did they end up winning that game today? I haven't checked. But 3-2 is not the end of the world. There's still plenty of football to be played. Would love to see everybody continue to get healthy. There were some unfortunate injuries, specifically in the secondary. Guys like Jamal Dean or Carlton Davis went down, so we'll wait and see what the word is with specifically the defense. But there are still some moving parts on offense that we want back. Cameron Brate, I like Cameron Brate a lot. Cade Otton looked really good today. 6 receptions, 41 yards, was targeted 7 times. He looks reliable. He's only 5 games into his NFL career, so the word reliable seems a little... It's impressive. It's what it is. It's impressive. Kyle Rudolph hasn't offered me pretty much anything, to be honest with you. They pretty much sat that one down after his first drop early on in the game. I would love for Gronk to come back, but Keefe, Cade Otton, Cameron Brate, it's good enough, and it's definitely going to get the job done. I think we all can agree Gronkowski coming back for the end of the season would be awesome. Mike Evans, 4 receptions, 81 yards today. Chris Godwin, 6 receptions, 61 yards. But at the top, Fournette, 8 receptions, 83 yards, and a touchdown. Especially in the second half, that check down was always there, and it was moving the chain, specifically in the third quarter. So you love to see that. I want to see Russell Gage. He had some drops out there, only 2 receptions for 20 yards on 6 targets. Russell Gage has not really looked, outside of that 1 week against Green Bay where everybody was injured, the timings looked off, the chemistries looked off, so that's what has me hopeful that by the end of the season, even as we progress week to week to week, the timing's going to be there, the chemistry is going to be there with Tom Brady as this offense starts to click now. But Russell Gage, I don't like seeing drops. I just know he's very talented, he's very underrated, and if we can just get him to pretty much what he did in Atlanta, which is at least what we want, he will be a very low-key guy, very low-key factor for this Buccaneers offense. So all in all, I liked what I saw. I feel like the offensive line, the offense in general, they're making great strides on a week-to-week basis. I liked the pressure today from the defensive line specifically. Just got to get healthy and stay healthy. It's really been the issue all season so far. I know we're only 5 weeks into the season, but it's been the issue so far in training camp with Jensen going down right away. These young guys, though, you got to give them credit. You got to give them props. They've stepped up when they've needed to step up. And I think even just for the most part, for majority of these time, these young guys, specifically, Cade Otton, talking about him, Rashad White, they're looking like playmakers. They're looking like playmakers. So that's it for today. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, hit that sub button for daily Bucks content. Once again, if we got 200 likes on today's video, that would be absolutely awesome. Would help us get to 3,000 subscribers that much faster. Hope you guys are excited for a little, I don't want to say easy because it's the NFL, but a little bit lighter of a load continues for the next 2 weeks before you got teams like Baltimore coming up. So let me know what you guys thought about today's game, and I'll see you guys later.